time for our parent-to-parent segment. We're talking to parents out there because everyone knows that the teen years generally are more rebellious. You see a lot more defiant behavior, but what is actually going on in the teen brain? Here now to talk more about it, the Potential Magazine publisher, Pam Mashburn, is here with us. Always good to see you. And also with her is the licensed professional counselor and executive director of Pike Road Counseling, Mindy Landrum. It's so good to have you here with us. Thank you. This can be a difficult time, not only for the children, but for the parents as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think all of us parents out there know around 13 or 14, all of a sudden we're like, who are these kids?
Right.
They used to be so sweet
and cute, and they listen to me. What happened to them?
And they do become defiant. And you know, for years we've always said, oh, it's hormones, and that has some of it. But we were talking to Mindy, and she's talking about there's all this research about the brain.
Is this going to help us, Mindy? Tell us. Help us.
Yes, definitely.
Well, we know there's an end to it at some point, right?
Right. Yeah. Thankfully, you know, the development does reach a point, you know, in the mid-20s. So, but it does take a while.
I know. The mid-20s.
So we have to go through a decade of all of this. But here's the thing. If you have these tips, if you have this knowledge, there's a chance that you can help yourself a little bit get through these years a little bit easier. What can we do?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it does help provide a new perspective for parents that, again, kids are not necessarily just being defiant, but sometimes they just lack the skills to be able to stop and think about, you know, what are the consequences of my decision, and to think in a more logical manner. So,
and they're still trying to figure out so much, and including who they are and how they fit into the world.
Well, and you know, we were looking at it from a scientific point of view, and the brain is actually, like, it's not just growing, it's reworking itself, it's changing the circuitry. And so during those early teen years, they're using the part of the brain that's more emotional. And then what's not developing, the last thing to develop is the front of the brain, which
cortex.
is yeah, which is like what, logic and decision making,
planning. Yep.
That's all the things they need.
I know.
And that we feel like we have to give them more of that during that time. So it's not just the way we feel, it actually might be happening that we need to help them more in those areas. Okay, you talk about some tips for improving teen-parent relationships during these times. For parents, you suggest we do things like be calm, listen, and empathize, because we've all been teenagers before.
Well, definitely. And just being able to focus on responding rather than reacting, right? Which is hard in all of our relationships.
Yes.
But modeling that for teens so they can see what that looks like. And then absolutely listening is so crucial, because just as we go to our friends or family members, we don't necessarily always want advice. Sometimes we just want someone to listen. And so parents have that unique opportunity to sometimes just stop, listen. They might not understand, you know, what the teen, what the teen's saying. But being that listening ear and then empathizing with what they're going through can go a long way.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I can remember being on that side of things, and when my parents spoke to me in a certain tone and in a respectful way that says, you know, I might not understand it, but I'm going to respect our differences. And that'll teach them a lot growing up. Well, what can the teens do on the other side of that? What can they do to help this situation?
Right. Well, remembering that, you know, we have been there. You know, their parents have been there. They do, you know, it's not like they have no idea what it's like to be a teen. And that they're doing their best. You know, we're human. We make mistakes. We are going to react in an ineffective way. But at the end of the day, we love our teens, we love our kids, and we just truly want what's best for them.
Absolutely. I think if we all come together on one accord like that, that will work. And many people might need a little help along the way. I think that's why you brought in this counselor.
Right, because and I do think that as parents, well, I sometimes think that we as parents want to go, hey, can you go fix them and bring them back to me when they're ready? But I think that you have some other options that you think might work better, right?
Yeah, well, and sometimes having the parent and the teen come in together to work on tools can be very effective.
And the thing, too, that I love about that idea is because sometimes when you're just at home, things sound a different way. Even some of the things that we're saying here on TV, if I was home and I said them, they might not sound the same. But when you're with someone who's impartial, who isn't a part of the family and doesn't have some vested interest in what's going to happen between the teen or the parent, then it sounds a little bit different. You hear yourself a little bit better going, did I just say that? That doesn't make sense. Or, yeah, that's good. I'm going to do that again. That works. So if they want to find you, how can they do that?
Well, my website is a great place to start, learn more about the practice. There's me and one other therapist there, so it's www.pikeroadcounseling.com.
Okay.
PikeRoadCounseling.com.
Yep.
Okay.
PikeRoadCounseling.com, and then there's the number on the screen right there if you want to give them a call. Before we let you guys go, Pam, I know you have an event that's coming up tonight.
Tonight at Prattville High School. So we're going to have a panel. We've got Auburn, Troy, JSU, a bunch of different colleges that are going to be there giving us advice on ways to get ready for college, how to pay for college, and just get our teens ready. So it's for parents and teens, and then Wetumpka will be there at Wetumpka High School on Monday night.
All right, and guys, this is something that is free.
It's free.
You come out, you get this information. Trust me, I have a college freshman, and the more you know ahead of time, we started going to your workshops and stuff like that when he was a freshman or a sophomore.
10th grade.
10th grade,
yes.
Yeah, you gotta come in and get this information now. So even if your kid is not a senior, that doesn't mean this is not for you. This is great information for you too. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And remember, Potential Magazine, everywhere teens and their parents are, or potentialmagazine.com.
.com.
All right, thank you so much.